Welcome into Bombers Live. I'm your host, Brendan Miller, and today our guest is a very special one here to the Park School. She was All-State coming out of high school in softball, the 2018 Liberty League Rookie of the Year, and a two-time Liberty League first-teamer. It's Gabby Laccona. Gabby, we're very thankful to have you here on Bombers Live today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course.
It's awesome.
Yeah, listen, you know how hard it is to get a show put together like this, so we're very excited to even just have you through Zoom here.
Oh, I completely get the struggles.
All right, so let's start off. You are originally from Stamford, Connecticut, right?
Right.
And you originally had committed to Boston University, if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what was kind of the process there? And obviously with an original commitment to a D1 school, why Ithaca then?
I think as I start to mature out, you kind of realize what's more important, your future career or your softball career. And for me, it was definitely my future occupation that meant more to me. It wasn't until early senior year of high school where I realized I think I want to start focusing more on, my future, not so much softball. And that's a tough decision to make at a young age like that, where you only know how to, live around softball. I also think it was definitely the team chemistry that I noticed between Boston University and Ithaca softball. I think I kind of liked the environment more at Ithaca. It was definitely more fitting for me. And this is not to say that every D1 athlete doesn't care about their future. That by any means, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying personally for me, the right fit was the Park School of Communications and just the environment that Ithaca softball kind of gave off for me. So it was kind of a last minute decision, but I'm very glad with the decision that I made.
Yeah, so you come in 2018, and really you're one of the only freshmen that's actually getting significant playing time on the softball team, and then you guys go on a pretty deep run, finishing third in the College World Series, I believe. So talk to me a little bit about that kind of run and what it's like playing on the big stage, pretty much the biggest stage in D3 softball as a freshman.
It was very surreal because I grew up, every softball player grows up watching the College World Series on TV, on ESPN. You're watching these like big universities, big D1s playing on this like amazing field. And then the fact that we just kept winning and winning that year, and then all of a sudden I'm standing on that field that I grew up watching, it was just, oh my God, like this is every little softball player's dream, is to play on the big stage. And it still is like, I still look back and was like, did that really happen? Because it's crazy. Only like a few softball players in the world get to do that. And so I think that was a really good welcoming to the school, and definitely by far one of my favorite memories as a player.
Yeah, so you guys have that, and then in your career, 2 Liberty League championships. You guys are the back-to-back defending champion, obviously, with the 2020 season not really going on. 2 wins in the Ithaca Regional, where you hosted your own regional, and then that third-place finish in the College World Series. So, obviously the softball team has been very, very successful, not just in your time there, but as a program as a whole. So what was it like to join a team like that has been so successful throughout their history?
Oh, it was a privilege. It's just such an honor. I think as a freshman, that all of that history I was blindsided by it, because you just feel so much pressure as a freshman to take that and run with it. And on our team, like, we don't see class, so even though I was a freshman and I wasn't as experienced as the rest of the team, I still felt like I had to compete with everyone on the team. So I definitely felt a lot of pressure to compete with these girls and help my team out in the best way that I can. But it's amazing to be part of such a great tradition and great history, and to learn from these girls. And I think Ithaca softball breeds really amazing women, and I'm just so fortunate to be a part of that.
So, obviously you've been successful in seasons past, but this season has started off really well for you as well. I mean, you've got a hit in every single game so far. And then the thing that I really look at, because obviously that's where the sport's going, you've already got 2 long balls this year, which is more than you had in your other 2 seasons combined. So where's the power coming from here?
I couldn't even tell you. When I hit the two, I looked to my coach. I was like, I'm not by any means a home run hitter. I'm more of a contact hitter. So it was a nice welcome back for me. Happy senior year, Gabby. It was funny because I was telling my coach like I've had more home runs in one inning than my whole collegiate career, but yeah, I don't know where that came from. I think I was just really excited to be back on the field.
Yeah, I mean that's as good as excuse as any. Where that rush where you finally get to play after a year or 2 years off, and then finally getting back out
Yeah,
there. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna ask, like, how do you feel about your prospects going forward in this season? Because obviously you guys have done pretty well as a team, and you yourself individually have done very well so far early in this year.
I'm really excited to see how this year is going to play out. We didn't really lose a lot because we do have two grad students, and we basically have the same team as last year plus some, plus the new freshmen. So the season, I'm hoping, knock on wood, is really looking. It's great. I think we're just as hungry as every other team that's lost the season, which is every team. And I think that's going to really motivate us this season to just not take anything for granted and to just, stay on that path of success and not let anything get in our way. And I think we have a pretty good mindset this year. So,
Yeah, and I mean, talking about the team and the mindset as a whole, obviously you have to relate that back to the coach, and you were there for a transition between coaching staffs with Hannah Quintana coming in as your head coach. So what was that transition like for someone who came in with a different head coach and obviously has to adjust to how a different coach puts their plan in place?
right. The transition was a little difficult. I think a main part of softball and a team is chemistry and how well you mesh with one another. And obviously, it's really hard to gain a relationship, especially with a coach who you only see at practice.
Hmm.
But we're fortunate enough that she did come from Ithaca Bomber tradition and this family, and so it wasn't that hard to welcome her in. And because she's been here before and she knows all the ropes and she knows everything about it, and she's a very personal person, and it was really easy to connect with her. Obviously, there is like a change. There's a difference in coaching philosophy that we had to get used to, but it was very easy to adapt to the new coaching. Um, and even this year, we're still learning things about each other, but it doesn't happen in a day. So um, yeah, I think part of the reason why we're so much stronger this year is because now we are more familiar and we are closer with our coach.
Well, Gabby, thank you for this. We really appreciate it. We're running a little bit low on time here, but of course we want to say thank you for coming in and wish you luck going forward in your season.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. That'll do it here from us at Bombers Live. Of course, a big thank you to Gabby Laccona, a big thank you to everyone behind the scenes to make this happen. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and on Twitter at ICTV Sports. We'll be sending out some clips there. I've been Brendan Miller. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next time for more Bombers Live.